years, the benefit of these birds to our environment has been misunderstood by humans. Without realizing it, our overuse of chemicals such as pesticides has had a major impact on their populations. Our ignorance as to the essential role of predators has kept us from realizing that predators like birds of prey help to maintain a healthy balance in the environment. Without predators like raptors, just one pair of cotton rats and their offspring could produce 350 million rats in just 3 years. This could destroy hundreds of tons of grain each year that would otherwise be used by humans. All birds of prey are now protected by the government, so the possessing, handling, shooting, or destroying of any of these birds now carries very stiff penalties, including imprisonment. We are very fortunate to have the permits allowing for the breeding, study, and rehabilitation of injured birds in the wild, so that these beneficial birds might be returned in greater numbers to the United States. Now, most of the birds you'll be seeing today have been raised in captivity and are quite comfortable around people. Notice their downhill gliding. They use that technique to climb heights with little effort. It's like taking your bicycle down a hill to gain enough speed to get up the other side. The big broad wings and long tail aid their maneuverability. Their habitat is mainly in the desert southwest. However, their existence in Southern California has become endangered due to the loss of natural habitat. Creatures of the night.
This bird's name is Cole. We named him that because he was an orphan found under a coal conveyor belt. Contrary to popular belief, the sun does not hamper the owl's vision. In fact, great horned owls, like other raptors, can see 8 to 10 times better during the daytime than we can, and are even better adapted for night vision. For example, they only need the light equivalent to 1 candle placed 400 yards or 4 football fields away on a totally dark night to see well enough to hunt. Owls can move their heads around 270 degrees. Now they can do this because they have 14 vertebrae in their necks. You and I, and even giraffes, have only 7. Owls need this ability because their eyes are fixed in their sockets and cannot move from side to side. If we had eyes proportional to an owl's, we would have eyes the size of this softball. The feather tufts resembling ears have nothing to do with hearing, but are used for courtship displays and territorial defense. He can put his feathered tufts straight up in the air and appear to grow 4 inches taller. He is considered the tiger of the skies. Any creature who walks, swims, crawls, or even flies within his territory is considered prey. Number 50, even skunks, which doesn't say a whole lot about their sense of smell.
Our American barn owl. Believe it or not, this little guy can actually hear a mouse running across a field at up to 1/4 mile away. You will never sneak up on a barn owl. And like the great horned owl, his ability to surprise his intended prey does depend on totally silent flight. And his feathers are specially engineered for just that purpose. This is the most endangered species of owl in the Midwest, due to pesticides and the loss of natural habitat. In fact, just 7 years ago, there are only 2 nesting pairs of barn owls in the whole state of Missouri. Since then, we've been involved in the raising and releasing of over 600 barn owls. Barn owls do adapt readily to man-made nesting structures, just like the models on display to your far right. Be sure to visit us after the show and pick up your free plans for the construction of these nesting boxes. How about from Radar, our American barn owl? Here's Mars, our red-tailed hawk. They are commonly seen across most of North America, but are mistakenly called the chicken hawk. These birds, however, are very beneficial to man because they feed primarily on mice and rats, rodents which can destroy up to 1/5 of the world's grain supply in this year alone. We can tell that Mars is a mature bird because he's already acquired his characteristic red tail. And on this large bird, you can easily see the three main characteristics common to most birds of prey. Large eyes, which are up to 8 to 10 times more acute than that of humans. For example, a red-tailed hawk could easily read this newspaper from the top of the bleachers. That hooked upper beak is used for holding and tearing its food. Finally, 8 sharp claws called talons are used for capturing their prey. These 3 physical traits are his tools of the trade. Thank you, Gene.
This is Hagar, our great black hawk, and he is native to Central and South America. They can usually be found around water, and they feed primarily on crayfish and other aquatic life. Very little is known about this rare species, and this is one of the few great black hawks in the United States today. Their broad wings and long legs make them appear a lot larger than they really are. Believe it or not, Hagar only weighs 2 pounds, which is less than a half a gallon of milk. Hagar is only 6 years old and has almost attained his black adult coloration. Like most birds of prey in Central and South American rainforests, the great black hawk is suffering from habitat destruction.
This is Dewey, our bateleur eagle. The name bateleur is derived from a French word meaning acrobat or tumbler, which accurately describes the impressive flight acrobatics which this bird is capable. They can do barrel rolls, figure eights, and even 360-degree sideways rolls. Although capable of capturing their own live prey, these birds are mainly scavengers. The bateleur eagle is native to Africa. She has molted or transformed her immature plumage of light brown and green to a black and chestnut adult coloration with a bright red face and red feet.
Let's hear it for Dewey. Isn't she a beautiful bird? In days gone by, the peregrine falcon was common on a global scale and was used by kings and noblemen throughout the Middle Ages in the sport of falconry. They have the distinction of being the fastest creatures in the world, flying at 68 miles per hour at level flight, and diving approaching speeds at 250 miles per hour. Unlike most birds of prey, the peregrine falcon does capture other birds in mid-air. They were almost brought to extinction due to the effects of DDT, a pesticide which thins their eggshells, causing them to break before hatching. Anheuser-Busch participates in a reintroduction program where captive-bred peregrines are released in St. Louis, Missouri, in an effort to reintroduce this bird to an area where it has been gone for over 100 years.
Introducing Jessie, our American kestrel. Don't be deceived by her small size. Jessie is full grown. The nickname for the kestrel is the sparrow hawk. However, it is actually a true falcon. Most birds of prey, you cannot distinguish the males from the females because they're colored identically. However, with kestrels you can. You know that Jessie is a female because she has brown wings. Males would have blue. Kestrels are more common today than when our ancestors first settled this country. You probably see kestrels every day and don't even know it. Keep your eye out for a small bird that sits upright with a long straight tail that hangs down. Often the head is bobbing to help focus on its prey. If you see this, you're probably watching a kestrel. They're often perched by themselves because remember, kestrels do eat other birds. Kestrels are common in rural, urban, and suburban areas where they normally nest in the cavities of dead or dying trees. However, they do adapt readily to artificial nesting boxes. How about a big hand for little Jessie, our American kestrel? Excellent job, Jessie. Thank you, Andy. We move from our smallest to our largest bird of prey. He is a relic species that has changed very little since the age of the dinosaur. Being a member of the vulture family, our next bird's ancestors at one time fed on the remains of dead dinosaurs. This is Andean 10-year-old Andean Condor. The Andean Condor is native to the Andes Mountains of western South America. There are fewer than 1,000 Andean Condors left in the wild at this time. Condors only produce one chick every 2 years. They're going to need our help in order to survive. Like Andy, his cousin, the California condor, is also faced with extinction. In fact, these birds are nearly extinct in the wild and number only 50 in captivity. However, we do have some exciting news. In January of this year, 2 young California condors were released back into their native habitat. What do you think of Andy, our young Andean condor? Great job, Andy. Thank you. You will all recognize our last bird. This is Abe, a bald eagle in our national symbol. That's right, let's hear it for Abe. Thank you. In recent years, the bald eagle has become a symbol of endangered species and for the environment in general. Anheuser-Busch is proud to feature this majestic bird as its corporate symbol and has been very active in the conservation of the species. Abe is now in our care because hikers found him injured in Alaska. He can no longer survive in the wild. We have lost more than 2/3 of the bald eagle population since the time Christopher Columbus first landed. You might find it interesting that a breeding pair of eagles will remain together for life. And their nest, which they use year after year, is the largest of any raptor and can weigh well over 1 ton. The largest eagle's nest on record was 9.5 feet wide, 20 feet high, and weighed almost 3 tons. Florida is home to more breeding pairs of bald eagles than any other state except Alaska. In fact, Florida houses about 70% of all the bald eagles in the Southeast.
We hope we've been able to help you learn and understand more about these fascinating birds. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.